Hi everyone, it's Penny here. It's been a couple of weeks since I put a video out, and as you could probably tell by my voice, I've been a little under the weather, and I've decided that I love spring to death, but spring does not reciprocate my feelings, and the pollen has gotten to me. But I wanted to get this video up because I love doing these pages. I had taken all of my jelly print papers that I had made and just collaged them onto a couple of pages in this journal that I just got back up. This was an altered book that I had someone cut for me years ago. And I've decided that this would be a great way to display and work in for my jelly print pages. And I am just loving the process of making my own printed papers. And so I wanted to do something colorful and springy, and this is what resulted. And so this is the second two-page spread I did. I'm not really sure what I'm going to go back and do with the other one, but on this one I ended up putting a little piece of paper that I got in a fortune cookie on one side, and now I'm drawing a face on the other, just kind of low-key, and I'll start adding paint to it with finger painting. And if you haven't done that in a while, it's just fun. I go back in and I add details later with brush, but I just start piecing out. And I used a Stabilo pencil to do my outlines. Well, Stabilo pencil is a wonderful pencil and is water soluble. So when I first began to add paint and media to it, it of course begins to blend that color. So if you don't like that, just use a regular pencil. But I like that, and I can always add white layers to get some of that blending out if I don't want that grayed look underneath. But I like that for making the different highlights and shadows of the face. So now I'm just kind of going back in with my brush a little bit, but I do love using my fingers to paint with. It's so much fun. But to be able to do the details, of course, you got to bring the brush out at some point, so that's what I'm doing here. And this isn't any particular person's face. I just like playing with faces so I can play with features. Everyone is different, and I can make it be what I want and not a copy of someone else's. And so I play around with this a little bit. I end up moving the boundaries of her face and her chin. As you'll see, I'm going to go over her chin that I have put in there to make it just a little bit bigger, make her face a little bit bigger. And that's what I'm doing right there, as you can see. So I love using acrylic paints. They're very forgiving for work like this. And so I use them a good bit. And of course, I always see imperfections once I'm on this side of the creative process. But that's okay, because I want you to see that creative process, and I want you to see that it doesn't have to be perfect every time. Those eyes are not going to be just absolutely mirror images of each other every single time. And I try not to stress too long over it, because I really do want this to be about playing in my journal. These are not finished pieces of art. If this were a canvas I was working on, I would take more care to make sure everything was symmetrical. But this is my playbook, and so I am playing. And this color that I'm using for her here is the Golden brand Quinacridone Gold. And I really love that paint. It just does all kinds of beautiful things for shading, like I used on her face. But I wanted it for her hair as well. And I'm going in and lightening up some areas of her face that I got a little bit too dark with that. I wasn't happy with the bust of this girl. I keep playing around with it, and I put it up overnight. And so the next morning I get up and I decide that I want to do something a little bit different to her, and I do. And you'll see that in just a minute. But I'm just putting a few more details in right now. So this is the next morning, and I get my heavy body acrylics. I paint, it's in white, and I go over her bust line with that. And I just pulled out stickers that honestly I bought from a little sheet at the Dollar Tree that had roses on them. And I'm using my, I'm sticking them down, but I'm using my Golden Soft Gel Matte Medium to go over them. I just bought this. It's made by KUM, I'm assuming. They have a million different ones on Amazon. I got this one. I like the size of it. It's got 2 widths of pencils that you can use in here. So I haven't tried it yet with, well, these are a little bit smaller. They might go in the small one. but it'll do thicker pencils and then thinner. I'm seeing how it does on these chalk pastels because these aren't easy to, got to have a really good sharp one. I see that's nice. I'll be able to get a nice, I'll get these back out again. Because as you can see, I've worn down the tip, and you've got to be able to get a good, if you want to really do good, pretty pastel, like I like doing pastel portraits and stuff. I haven't done them in a while. But I liked using the pencils for smaller. Now, if I was doing a really huge board, I would use sticks, but these just let you get so much more detail. So now that I've got a really good sharpener, this thing's amazing. I mean, I just turned it like 3 times and got a really sharp point on that. And I'll put a link in the descriptions. If you're needing one, I highly recommend it because I've bought so many pencil sharpeners, and that's the first one that I've been bowled over by. It really has. I've wasted a lot of money on pencil sharpeners. All right, so now I think what I'm going to do is just get a barely damp brush and go over these Stabilo pencil lines. I just want it barely damp. And I'm bleeding it out a little bit. I'll get some of the color off because I don't want it super dark. I just love these pencils. They just do exactly what I want them to do. And when it gets to where it's not blending, I just put a little bit more water on my brush and I feather it out and around. You can see I'm taking some off each time I come down if it's getting too dark, because I want that kind of grayed area but dark right up against my object. So I can use my little, if you don't have rags, keep them. Old towels, don't ever throw them away. Throw them in the washing machine and put them aside for your art table. They're wonderful. So here I am just using my Stabilo pencil to go around the flowers, because when I put them down, they just didn't like stand out. And I wanted to be able to go around each one and use water, a little bit of water on my brush to fade that line a little bit and create some shadowing so that each of the flowers that I put on there would stand out a little bit. I love the Stabilo for that. So I'm going to call this page done. Ordered out Chinese, so I do that from time to time. I love it because I got a great place nearby and it's 2 meals, and so sometimes I don't even open the fortune cookie. I know people think that's crazy. Number one, it's a nasty tasting cookie to me, and but this, I decided to open it and I absolutely loved it. It said beauty in its various forms appeals to you, and it's true. I mean, what you might call beauty, I might not, and vice versa. And so what I'm looking forward to do on my page a certain day, you may be sitting there going, why did she do that? But that's the beauty about art journaling. It's extremely personal. It's like writing in a diary, but it's doing it with art. And so art really is your soul on view. And so I love it. And I'm going to call this one done. I think I'm finally getting out this book. I had only done like 1 page in it, or 1 double page, long ago too. I mean, these are not even finished looking. But I went in and did a couple pages with my Gelli printed papers, collaged on a page. And so this page I might not do a figure on. I don't know yet. I went ahead and pre-did a couple of pages, and I wanted to do a little figure on this one, and I like the way she turned out, and I'm going to call it a day. So y'all go create. Have a great day. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. There's a little button down there, and there's a little bell. If you hit that, it'll let you know when I upload new videos, and I try to do a couple a week. and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please comment. I love talking to you guys, and it makes me feel so good to interact with you. So if you enjoyed it and you're going to stick around, comment. Let me know you're there. All right? And y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Bye.